New Jersey, Virginia have off-year elections, and so often after a big election like we've just had, we all turn to you to be like, was that a one-off? Is this a trend? Is there a response? And so the country, maybe the world, will be looking at New Jersey for what the American voters, at least to those in New Jersey, are thinking of the Trump administration and the Democratic Party and everything else. What are you seeing on the ground in New Jersey as election, as you gear up for elections this year?
Yeah, I think you have a lot of people playing armchair political analysts about what they saw in 2024. And I will tell you in New Jersey, so the one thing that I don't think people fully appreciate, like President Trump's vote share in New Jersey, the number of raw gross votes that he got did not appreciably increase from 2024 to 2020. What happened was votes for the Democratic Party dropped, and they didn't jump over to President Trump. They just didn't show up. Now, I will tell you, there's a unique and enormous opportunity in that, because that says to me, we have to figure out why folks decided our brand was not worthy of their vote. They didn't say the Republican brand was worthy of their vote. They just said, I'm not doing anything. So now we have to go back and really work through what those issues are there. And I think the uniqueness around a change in the White House, changing from Democrat to Republican, typically in many of these off year elections like New Jersey and Virginia, especially in New Jersey, I feel even better about our opportunities to maintain the governor's office as well as maintain our state house, which is up, because there'll be a lot of noise coming out of Washington, D.C., some that will alienate many of the swing voters in our state who both parties count on to help move the needle forward. That's what we saw in the history prior in 2020. And I anticipate the president will move many swing voters away from some of that mentality back to the Democratic Party. The question is, what are we bringing them back to? And that falls to us. The policies that we have to instill, we need to be focused on affordability and economic development for everyone in our state. Folks want to feel safe in their communities. We have to be mindful of that and look at our policies through that prism as well. I think if we do those things and so many more on making sure the things we can control from a price standpoint in New Jersey, we're putting downward pressure on those voters who didn't vote in this last election, who didn't go to the Republican side, just stayed home. I think we'll be able to bring many of those back to our party. And this idea that New Jersey somehow is pivoting to a purple from a blue state will just be a one off rather than a sort of pattern.